My name is Miss Ana Sarmiento. I'll be substituting for your teacher, Mrs. Thelma Reyes. Tell your parents to come to school. I want to talk to them.
Make up an excuse, I'm not going.
Is that good? Is that bright?
Bright?
Bright hot dog. The hot dog for bright kiddos. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Something's burning.
Mama, I was cooking some food.
Grace!
Your stupidity almost burned the house down!
That's enough!
Sir, Grace stole my wallet. I know she did it.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irujak. In this edition, bodies discovered identified as mother and daughter, Public Service Payroll Office launched, and athletics team leaves for Glasgow. East New Britain Provincial Administrator Levi Mano has confirmed that the body found this morning on Jowl Island in Kavieng District has been identified as Clemencia Victor, one of the passengers missing following last weekend's boat tragedy off East New Britain. Clemencia Victor is the daughter of the woman whose body was recovered on Jowl Island yesterday.
2 bodies have been found in New Ireland so far and returned to Rabaul. The deceased have been identified as mother and daughter, while 2 other children and their father remain missing among the 25. He also confirmed that both operators from New Ireland Province have joined the search effort and are assisting authorities in the ongoing operation around Jowl Island to locate those still missing.
Okay, so the second body is actually at the morgue been flown in from Jowl Island by chopper. 10 o'clock, able to get to the morgue at Longa Base Hospital. So I think that's basically it's a female. It's Clemencia. Clemencia. She happens to be the daughter of the first was retrieved yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we around 16 years old, 17 around there. We have to confirm everything, but that's the daughter. Starting with the second boat.
The boat tragedy that claimed the lives of the 27 people occurred at about 3 o'clock last Saturday afternoon when 2 boats reportedly capsized while returning from Pigeon Island to Kokopo. The incident was reported to the Provincial Disaster Office at 4:51 p.m., triggering an immediate search coordinated through the Duke of York local level government. However, initial rescue efforts were impaired by rough seas, strong winds, and poor visibility. Later that evening, two survivors believed to be the boat skippers reached Bai village in the Kombu local level government. Police picked up the pair early Sunday morning and transported them to Kokopo police station to assist with investigations. On Sunday, 7 search teams, including police boats and the governor's team, searched waters from the west coast of New Ireland to Point Takis near the East and West New Britain border. But deteriorating weather conditions forced the search to be suspended later that afternoon. The operation resumed on Monday with an aerial search using a helicopter provided through the National Disaster Center and the National Maritime Safety Authority. The search area covered the west coast of New Ireland, the north coast of East and West New Britain, and parts of Pomio. On Tuesday afternoon, the first body was recovered on Jowl Island in Kavieng District. The second body also was the saw last night on the same island and picked up by this morning. Provincial Administrator Levi Mano says the search operation remains ongoing with additional support now coming from New Island boat operators.
Now beginning to see is that um, there's a need for us to use bigger boats now to cover the area. I think the area now is like maybe we will limit it only to airlifting at the moment, and so we are resurfacing at the moment. The detail of the resurfacing that we will be executing in the next will be forwarded to everyone as soon as we decide from advice that we're getting from the local population there by this afternoon, and we should be able to advise us on the rearrangement of the search operations. But we will continue on. We will assure the public and also the families that we will continue searching for them until such time that we advise.
He says authorities will continue providing updates as more information becomes available. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
The National Weather Service, in analyzing the prevailing wind conditions at the time of the boat incident in East New Britain, said an unexpected funneling effect could have been the cause of the incident in the George Channel. A funneling effect occurs when air is forced through a narrower passage, causing the wind speed to increase. The National Weather Service issues weather warnings, including strong wind warnings, every day to all centers, and it confirmed that on Saturday, the 18th of July 2026, strong wind warnings were issued to some provinces, warning small crafts to exercise extreme caution, and the St. George Channel was in the warning zone. National Weather Service Assistant Director Benjamin Malai explained what the weather patterns were like on that fatal day in the St. George Channel.
On Saturday, before Saturday, up to Saturday, and even Sunday, strong wind warnings were in force, and winds were quite strong, especially within the St. George Channel. That's the area channel between East New Britain and South New Ireland. Okay. Now there is something distinct about this time. Even though the winds were about 27 to 33 knots, it was a little bit unique in a sense that the winds outside of the channel were quite less than what was experienced within the channel itself. Okay? And that is because of this thing we call funneling effect. Okay? Now, it wasn't the general wind direction that we used to experience before. Okay? During that time, we had very strong southerly winds coming from the mid-latitude area, polar region, right all the way to Papua New Guinea region. Okay? Also, at the same time, there was a tropical low up in the northern hemisphere, just about northeast of New Ireland.
Malai added that two things were happening. High-pressure system was pushing strong wind over PNG, and also low-pressure system was pulling wind from the south of PNG, causing the funneling effect to double.
The buoys, our forecasters forecasted strong winds, 27 to 33 knots in the St. George Channel, but because of the funneling effect, the winds could have been more than was there. It could be reaching up to 37 knots. But the waves or the sea state you get from a 25 knot wind, it's quite huge. And that our forecast said that the wave height during that time would be around 3 to 4 meters. Yes, that's what the state of the ocean was, or water was, and that could have been the cause of the sinking of the boat.
Malay urged coastal communities and boat operators to take heed of weather warning and not take risks. Police have frozen 4 million kina in suspected stolen public funds held by a foreign-owned company, bringing PNG's anti-money laundering recoveries to more than 200 million kina. Police Commissioner David Manning said 7 million kina was paid by a district development authority for the purported supply of infrastructure components, with 3 million kina already withdrawn in cash. He said the freeze is part of ongoing investigations to recover stolen funds and prosecute those involved in corruption. Manning also warned banks and financial institutions to report suspicious transactions or face investigation under the Proceeds of Crime Act 2022. PNG Power Limited is carrying liabilities of approximately 1.2 billion kina, while being owed around 400 million kina by customers and other entities. This leaves the state-owned utility with a net debt position of about 800 million kina, highlighting the financial pressures facing the company. Minister responsible for PPL, Richard Maru, while taking office this week, highlighted areas that needed attention and proposed reforms to help this state-owned entity prepare for partial privatization.
Speaking during the recently handover ceremony in Port Moresby, Minister for International Trade and Investment and Minister for PNG Power, Richard Maru, pointed out the state of PNG Power when taking office earlier this week.
I inherit a ministry and an entity that is insolvent right now. We have debts of 1.2 billion and people owe us 400 million. That's the true position and state of this company.
Maru was tasked to provide oversight on PNG Power following the Prime Minister's cabinet reshuffle recently. He highlighted some of the critical areas that will need review to strengthen the operations of the state firm, and include a loss of 26% of sales to theft and technical issues, among others. He also said to look into the 10% tariff increase in the years 2025 and 2026, describing it as one of the highest in the world.
Last year we put in 5% increase for tariff. This year another 5%. The public are paying. This I will not accept. When you look at tariffs around the world, Indonesia is around 5 US cents for 20 toya per megawatt hour, over 20 toya. We are paying one of the most expensive tariff rates anywhere in the world. Our people are paying big time. We cannot allow this to go on. Under Maru's watch, I will not allow this to go on.
With 8 months to go before the next election, Maru is setting his objectives clear, and that is prepare PNG Power to ensure its profitable hydroelectricity stations, Yongki, Rauna, and Gajal remains in full-scale operations for the partial privatization.
My objectives are clear as I start. I've got only 8 months. I've got to find a way to retire the debt. You may got to come to a scheme of arrangements that we can settle the debt. We have to find a way to get rid of the sea centers if we have to turn this business around.
Maru also ordered a full review of the independent power producer arrangements starting this week. Mason Lewis, TVWAN News.
Tumbuna Track Studios founder Christian Sito has raised concerns over the growing use of AI to reproduce and modify PNG music without permission. He He said using original recordings in AI-generated versions infringes on artists' work and lacks originality. Sito has called on government authorities to help protect authentic PNG music from exploitation while supporting responsible use of AI in music production.
We are totally against people taking our music, taking our production, and putting it into AI and reproducing new copies. That's already an infringement of the software that they are using. You need to put in music that is yours, but people are going and getting our recordings, 200-track recordings, our artists' recordings, and putting it into AI and creating a new version. AI is a great tool. For me as a songwriter, as a producer, I like to use AI, but I use it on my own material. That something I've written that would cost me a lot of money to produce. Now it's easy. I can produce it using artificial intelligence. So
This is TVWAN News. After the break, ADF recruitment update and free eye screening.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
What a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this.
And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No, Kara. He's over. What a try. All the emotions are flowing. Jubilation. Ecstasy. What a game.
Hiya, Mama.
You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakarook, get up a big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldspot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Goldspot.
Mtambo true lonkare mo salim na simokin. Marijuana or all drugs no good ikam lo overseas or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law or likolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo baim court fine enough money mark enough lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This la talk sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time Halivim, Vilom Australia, Papua New Guinea Law Na Justice Partnership.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Welcome back. Prime Minister James Marape has confirmed that legal clearances are complete for qualified Papua New Guineans to be recruited into the Australian Defence Force under arrangements being developed with Australia. Marape said recruitment will be based on Australian Defence Force standards, with successful applicants gaining pathways to permanent residency and Australian citizenship. The initiative is being advanced under the PNG Australia Mutual Defence or PUC Treaty, which came into force on July the 8th. He said the program would create employment and training opportunities for Papua New Guineans while also supporting efforts to modernize and strengthen the PNG Defence Force. The Department of Personnel Management has launched the new Public Service Payroll Office in Port Moresby today, marking a major reform to strengthen payroll management across the public service. The new office will serve as the central hub for payroll processing, data management and compliance monitoring for all national government departments and agencies.
The Department of Personnel Management will now oversee the payroll processes for public servants following the launch of the Public Service Payroll Office in Port Moresby today. Chairman of the Special Parliamentary Committee on Public Sector Reform and Service Delivery, Jofa, explained that the referral of public servants' payment management from the Department of Finance to DPM follows reports and recommendations that called for transparency in the way public servants' payroll was managed.
2023, the government received the Deloitte Payroll Diagnostic Review, an independent end-to-end examination of the public service payroll, and its conclusions were sobering. Now note that the payroll audit itself took some time to initiate. It was a decision made by the O'Neill government in 2014, but did not take effect until the government of Marape Rosso took office in 2019 and ensured that this audit took place.
He said some of the challenges that triggered the reform were due to duplication of pay and retired public servants still on the payroll, among others.
And terminated employees were still on the payroll and still being paid. Second, individual payments of more than 100,000 kina in a single fortnight were passing through the system without thorough review.
Finance Minister Thomas Opa said this reform will ensure there are no discrepancies with public servants' payments and that his department will work closely with DPM to manage public funds.
Finance, we will make sure that everything that the Department of Personnel Management wants, the access, the systems, we will make sure that there's an ease of transition. There's still some issues that they're raising with us, and we will make sure that there's smooth transition to ensure that we don't have payroll oversights. We don't have all those things that may happen in the period of transition. So
DPM Secretary San further gave an overview of the office and outlined some of the achievements.
Payroll office that is located and set up on the other side. We have completed the recruitment and transfer of few Department of Finance staff to the payroll office. We have set up the infrastructure of this important project. We have conducted training for payroll staff. We have completed the signing of the Master Services Agreement that will now pave way for the upgrading of the payroll version from version 12 to 2024. Version 24.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister James Marape said the reform is part of the Reset 50 initiative, focusing on the importance of having an effective ICT-driven payroll system to drive the public servants' payroll management.
Here, qualifying from the scripture, Leviticus chapter 25, verse 11, I think. I'm not a pastor, so that you guys go and check. It talks about 50th year, and we must do reset. We take stock of where we have come from and what we must fine-tune the frequency so that we step into the next 49-year cycle of our nation's life.
Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Former Chief of Emergency Medicine with the National Department of Health, Dr. Sam Yokupua, has thrown his support behind the government's plan to establish a national ambulance service and a national emergency management authority, describing the reforms as long overdue for Papua New Guinea.
Dr. Yakopua, who previously served as Chief Emergency Physician at Port Moresby General Hospital and Chief Medical Officer of St. John Ambulance PNG, says the proposed reforms will create a modern government-led emergency response system supported by legislation, national policies, and clear governance arrangements. He says he is one of the 3 experts appointed by Cabinet to review Papua New Guinea's disaster and emergency response framework and help develop proposals for the establishment of the National Emergency Management Authority, or NEMA. Responding to recent public comments about St. John Ambulance, Dr. Yakopua urged health leaders to avoid making unverified claims about the proposed reforms, stressing that public statements should be based on facts. He stressed that the reforms are not intended to replace St. John Ambulance, but to establish a nationally coordinated system where existing providers will work together under a common legal and operational framework. He explained that while St. John Ambulance has provided vital ambulance services for decades, PNG has never had a comprehensive legal framework governing pre-hospital emergency care. Dr. Yakopua says the proposed National Ambulance Saving Bill is already at an advanced drafting stage and is being jointly developed by the National Department of Health and the Office of the State Solicitor. According to him, the new National Ambulance Service will provide dedicated pre-hospital health care for critically ill and injured patients while also serving as a frontline emergency response agency during disasters and major emergencies. Dr. Yakopua says St. John Ambulance will continue to play an important role while aligning its operations with the proposed National Ambulance System. He says the reforms will move Papua New Guinea away from ad hoc emergency responses towards a professional, full-time national emergency system covering land, sea and air operations, including medical retrievals and aeromedical evacuations. He has commended the Marape Rosa government and Health Minister Dr. Billy Joseph for prioritizing reforms aimed at strengthening emergency and disaster response services and improving the safety and well-being of Papua New Guineans. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Students from Gerhu Secondary School identified with vision impairment will receive free prescription glasses from Laila Foundation in partnership with iCare Plus and supported by the Church of Latter-day Saints and Charity Vision USA. The vision screening program was inaugurated on World Sight Day in October 2025 and has completed 9 schools. Seeing that clear vision is fundamental to a child's ability to learn, participate confidently in school, and reach their full potential, Laila Foundation visited Gerhu Secondary School to screen students and those with vision impairment identified. Those identified will receive free prescription glasses from the foundation in partnership with iCare Plus, a division of Pacific International Hospital. This program is also being supported by the Church of Latter-day Saints and Charity Vision USA. The vision screening program was rolled out last year and started screening at Gerhu Secondary School last week.
When there is a good vision for the students, it will be for good, effective learning, and they can see clarity clearly and better, and they can participate all the classroom organized activities and learn better. And they can get into their full potential, especially eyesight. Many students, I am in the country last 23 years, I have seen a lot of students withdrawn because of eye vision problem.
On behalf of the Gerhu Secondary students and the teachers, I would like to thank the Laila Foundation for coming here and helping us. Some of us, we come from families where they cannot afford this type of treatments. So this is a blessing to us, and thank you for coming. And also our school, despite facing all the difficulties that have been thrown at us, we are still growing and we are still moving forward. And we're the best, we're the biggest, and we're the best school in NCD.
So far, 900 students have been screened. with 2,100 students yet to be screened. This is to ensure that students with undiagnosed vision problems and refractive errors receive appropriate referral and free glasses to succeed in the classroom.
Every child deserves the opportunity to see clearly and learn with confidence. And as we know, healthcare and education, they go hand in hand. A child who cannot see the blackboard cannot fully participate in the classroom. Sometimes the difference between a struggling student and a successful student is simply a pair of glasses. And that's why we're here today. While our youth make 40% of Papua New Guinea's population, we have to understand that they represent 100% of our future. So if we want a stronger Papua New Guinea, tomorrow we must invest in our youth today.
The initial target is to support all the schools in Port Moresby, do the screening, provide glasses to children, those who need it, and thereafter roll out a nationwide program. So we are just the majority of the work is done by Leila Foundation and the team which is doing the screening. PIH is a partner which provides logistics and technical support.
To date, 4,368 students across 9 public schools have undergone vision screening through this initiative. Students diagnosed with refractive errors are now receiving free custom-made prescription glasses. In its effort to accomplish technological and digital advancement, the Department of Information and Communication Technology has signed 5 memorandums of understanding with various private and public institutions today.
The MOUs were signed during the Digital Transformation Summit 2026 between the Department of Information and Communication Technology and BSP Financial Group, Telecom PNG Limited, University of Papua New Guinea, Institute of Business Studies University, and Divine Word University. The partnerships paved the way for the department to work collaboratively between government and private institutions to drive digital transformation, including agreements with educational and financial bodies.
Consistent with all our other partnerships, we are centering it around this theme here of building a digital public ecosystem.
The signing of these MOUs represent a shared commitment to collaboration, innovation, digital skills development, and the advancement of open and meaningful digital transformation in Papua New Guinea. Mason Louis, TVWAN News.
Furthermore, Sultan said they are planning to take this initiative to remote community schools as well.
This is also part of the awareness is the screening aspect. So really support this program, because you might think you might see good, but after screening, there may be some deficiencies. So it's about picking it up early so you don't lose that confidence. So screening is absolutely important. Asking help when you need help. So that's part of the screening effort. I'd also like to, in terms of awareness, urge other schools to support this program. We will be reaching out to more schools in NCD nationwide. So your cooperation is incredibly important. I mentioned earlier, this is all about partnerships. This cannot have been done without the school leadership, without the support of the leadership staff. So the message is we want to help. We're ready to help. We just want the cooperation from other schools going forward to make this, to scale this initiative.
And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2271 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2196 $0.3103 Australian dollars, $0.1847 euro, and 35.61 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York closed, gold, cocoa, and crude oil closed higher, coffee and copper closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TVWAN News. PNG students develop digital solutions, and Leon Hardware supports Erima community. We'll have those stories and more when we come back.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Oh, what a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this. And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No, Kara. He's over. What a try. Oh, the emotions are flowing. Jubilation. Ecstasy. What a game.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Hey PNG, get ready to brush to the beat for Colgate National Toothbrushing Day. Brush to the beat with over 480,000 registered participants this year nationwide. Brush your teeth for 2 minutes twice a day and remember to change your toothbrush every 3 months. Head over to the Colgate Pacific PNG Facebook page for more info or drop a comment and tell us a song we can brush to the beat with. Get brushing this National Toothbrushing Day with Colgate.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No-Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Mtambo tru lonkarim o salim na simokin, marijuana or all drugs, no good ikam lo overseas, or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law olikolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo baim court fine enough money mark enough lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This la talk sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time Halivin, Bilam Australia, Papua New Guinea Law na Justice Partnership.
Ready for the world, so is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
Thanks for staying with us. Papua New Guinea tertiary students have showcased innovative digital solutions during the second PNG National Hackathon, presenting service delivery prototypes using the Service Pass platform to improve access to essential public services. The presentation of the prototypes ended the 2026 Digital Transformation Summit as a way to promote digital innovation by the young Papua New Guineans.
The students' presentations from tertiary students across the country in the second PNG National Hackathon were more than just ideas. They were working prototypes that demonstrated how technology can help solve real challenges in Papua New Guinea and improve service delivery for citizens. The first presentation was by the IBSU Tech Titans from IBS University. The team introduced a digital medical referral system designed to improve the journey of patients from aid posts and health clinics to major hospitals. The students highlighted that PNG's current referral system relies heavily on paper-based records, making it difficult for hospitals to know when patients are being referred. As a result, patients often travel before hospitals are being informed, while information has to be rewritten several times, causing unnecessary delays in treatment. Using Service Pass technology, the proposed system will securely authenticate doctors and patients before referrals are created digitally. The patient's identity would be verified through a unique Service Pass ID, allowing referral information to be shared instantly with receiving hospitals and improving the efficiency of the country's healthcare system.
All the clinical summary, important information about the patient is recorded. As you can see, we have a format that it follows. Then the doctor submits the referral to another receiving health center, where they can identify that or indicate that in the referral system. Now, as you can see, the referral makes its way to the receiving end before the patient. The patient is still making their journey, but the referral is already there. Then at the receiving end, the doctor, the triage officer routes the referral to the concerned department. In this scenario, you can see a doctor receiving the referral, and they can either approve the referral, and once the referral is approved, the patient receives a notification with their referral ID and which facility they will be making their way to.
Other TESE student groups also presented their digital solutions during 12-minute presentation. One of the teams, ITI Team Condemi, introduced a PNG ward record system aimed at improving public service delivery. Their solution addresses the lack of proper ward data by replacing manual record books with a digital record management system. The student projects demonstrated practical working solutions that can be further developed into startup ventures through partnerships, highlighting the growing role of innovation and technology in solving Papua New Guinea's development challenges. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
The second BioBlitz program was hosted today at the Port Moresby Nature Park by the IUCN SSC Center for Species Survival and the Education Division of Port Moresby Nature Park, with the aim to teach students how they can help protect the country's rich biodiversity. The conservational event brought together more than 400 secondary and primary school students across Port Moresby.
This year's program focused on training people to use the Hi Naturalist app to record plants, animals, and fungi found in their own backyards. The information collected will support citizen science and help document Papua New Guinea's unique biodiversity. The participants enjoyed hands-on activities including plant pressing, orchid mounting, forensic entomology, and other educational sessions. According to Port Moresby Nature Park educator Primrose Narara, who was on the ground leading, the students found the BioBlitz interesting and intriguing to help them understand the importance of environmental conservation.
Participants last year, the teachers went back and talked about the importance of doing identification of certain species of plants and animals and also insects as well. And so they motivated others, grade levels and other students to join. So this year we had a really big number of students that came out. So we have 300 plus students today from 10 different schools. Most of them are from secondary and primary level, and of course we were joined by our UPNG students, the biology students. And so the group has expanded as well. So we have 11 survey groups with 11 experts.
Some of the biggest threats to PNG's biodiversity are the expansion of oil palm plantations, agriculture, logging, mining, and the illegal wildlife trade. Wildlife trade remains a concern in Port Moresby, where native animals are still being sold in markets as pets or for food. To address this, Port Moresby Nature Park continues to promote awareness campaigns with messages such as "Do not sell wildlife for pets" and "City kids don't eat bush meat."
Yes, so here in the park we run a campaign on do not buy wildlife as pets. Nowadays when you go around during at the, the traffic areas, you will see a lot of people selling birds. So during our excursion programs, we encourage students not to buy animals, or if they do so, they have to come and surrender it or release it into the wild. So here at the Port Moresby Nature Park, what our team does is we do not encourage selling of animals. So what they do is when they bring it over to us, we tell them you either surrender it or you donate it over to us. Otherwise, we won't buy the animal.
The public is encouraged to play a role in protecting PNG's wildlife by disposing of rubbish responsibly and avoid the pets of wild animals as pets. Wildlife belongs to its natural habitat and everyone can make a difference by taking a small steps to protect the environment. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
The Erima community in the Mosby Northeast Electorate in NCD have been gifted with water tanks by Leon Hardware under its Community Corporate Responsibility Program. The tanks were presented to community leaders on Monday at the Leon Hardware shop in Erima.
Thousands of residents living in the Erima area in Port Moresby will have water tanks in their main streets to save waters as they prepare for the prolonged dry season. The first 5 of 20 water tanks were presented to the community on Monday. The remaining 15 will be delivered in the coming weeks. Community leader David Parke was thankful Leon Hardware recognized their problem.
Leone looks away na I may come in long halvim community me chairman block community lo here David Parke me yeti to thank you lo Leon you look away lo community blow me lo here big plus something you blow make him.
He said before the El Nino alert, water has been amongst the biggest problems in the community and this support will address this concern.
You know, one man ethnic group sleep in some area. We blow all the Papua staff. We do one big something and big suffer. Warriors are on and off now. You know what? We save tank. We blow action big time. Now warriors are finished. Also only after 1 week or after 2 weeks now. Warriors short also carry bucket to come find a place looks in Warana. We blow action time.
He also pointed out how the 20 water tanks will be distributed in the community.
The time na feed him all. Where easy low, excess low, wherever I go, come up land. And then Cowboys, Casino, Kingston, Cement, Lohia, Tamblo, Fall City, or Tamblo Bear, all that by black time na inapi more past them. And then you mean looking and say everybody only must benefit.
The community leader Larsen Yaka was also grateful that Leon Hardware has supported the community with water tanks. This is not the first time Leon Hardware has supported the Erima community. It had previously supported them through social programs. Both the Erima community and Leon Hardware are looking forward to continue this friendship in the future. Rex Lita, TV1 News.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, Glasgow game set and Lahani's escape with a win.
Always on WhatsApp? Then this is your style of banking with TISA. Check your account balance or even chat with a TISA bank agent. Get started today by following these simple steps. 1. Save TISA Bank's official WhatsApp number in your phone. 2. Open WhatsApp and send a simple hi. 3. Follow the menu to start banking. It's that easy. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Use our tools and condom and one way where you can abuse him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Ting him. Use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banish him you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Dad's gonna be home soon.
Dean is not ready. He's gonna be mad. Mom's trying her best. If it's not ready, oh no. I'm proud of my old man. If he can change, anyone can.
Snacks noodles. Tastier, but you like it more.
Here is something that's bigger than rugby league.
I wanted to give back to the younger generations and, players that don't have access to proper training.
If you know, you know.
They will not know. They will not know. But make sure we will say, when you see it nice and easy and slow and like said type, they requested if we could see it again.
One Sports with Terry Longwood tonight at 7 on TVWAN.
Welcome back. The last batch of Papua New Guinea athletes for the track and field events departed yesterday for the Glasgow Commonwealth Games in Scotland. Terry Longwood with this report.
The group included Daniel Bao, Adolf Kauba, Johnny Bai, William Pegger, Timothy Tuna, Leroy Kamau, Robert Oa, Justus Robinson, and Dalin Ninbangi. Coach Subul Babo stated that the athletes participated in several quality international meets as part of their preparation for Glasgow. Before their departure, the PNG-based athletes competed in a pre-travel trials at the Sir John Guy Stadium under the supervision of Coach Babo, who is also a former Olympian. He expressed great confidence in the athletes, emphasizing their goal of achieving personal best despite the high standards of the Commonwealth Games.
I am very confident they'll do great PBs. That's all we ask for, personal best. Commonwealth Games, the standard is way up there. But it's good that we go and take part, be a part of the Commonwealth. And the athletes is going there expecting personal best. That'll be good for us. Target is to go there and run our PBs. With track and field, winning is maybe what you aim for, but personal best is always a step where you see where you're going.
The Glasgow Games is also being used as a build-up for next year's Pacific Games in Tahiti. Babo highlighted the strong competition at the trials, with many athletes vying for spots at the Pacific Games.
Looking forward for next year, and by just looking at a number of athletes that came and ran, we've got a good number of athletes there to select for the Pacific Games next year in Tahiti. In Birmingham, we did send a big group. We went there and they did very well. So hopefully in the group we have Leroy went to the 2022 and Daniel went there. The others, they are all new.
Comparing this year's team size to the 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games squad, Babo noted that the previous team was larger and performed very well. Both Leroy Kamau and Daniel Bao competed in Birmingham are returning for this year's games. PNG will compete in both track and field, including para-athletics. Athletics competition is scheduled to start on Monday, July 27. The game gets underway Thursday, 23 July, with prelim round action in the bowls and para-bowls competitions before the opening ceremony and hydro, the first time the games have been officially opened indoors. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games start on Thursday, the 23rd of July, and run through to the 2nd of August. This year's Commonwealth Games, the 23rd edition of the multi-sport event, are being held in Scotland's biggest city, Glasgow.
It's the second such event in Glasgow after 2014 and fourth overall in Scotland after Edinburgh hosted the CWG in 1970 and 1986. TVNG has 55-member contingent, including 35 athletes, 18 men and 17 women. The squad will compete in athletics, para-athletics, boxing, swimming, weightlifting and basketball. Weightlifter Morea Barrow has been selected as the official flag bearer. The selected sporting representatives include athletics and para-athletics Leroy Kumau, William Pecker, Jutis Robinson, Robert Owa, Tovetuna Timothy Tuna, Daniel Bowell, Johnny Bai, Adolf Kauba, Lakona Gereka, Pies Whistle, Hepzibah Romulus, Scholastica Herman, Osila Apkub, Danlin Kambangi and Adrian Monagi. Basketball marks Papua New Guinea's Commonwealth Games debut in a team sport after 16 years. Weightlifting, boxing and swimming featuring top competitors with Morea Barrow carrying the flag alongside King's baton bearer Pies Whistle. Glasgow International Arena, the Scottish event campus, Scotsburn Stadium and Tolls Cross International Swimming Centre are the four venues for the 10-day sporting event. In late 2022, Victoria, Australia was confirmed as the host of the Commonwealth Games 2026 but pulled out in 2023 due to concerns over the cost of hosting the event. The next year, Malaysia was asked to step in but also rejected the offer due to time constraints, cost and insufficient offer of funding. Ultimately, Glasgow stepped in late 2024, confirming to deliver a pared-down edition of the multi-sport event. Since its inauguration edition in 1930, the Commonwealth Games have been held every 4 years. A total of 250 gold medals across 10 core sports will be up for grabs during the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Bintango Goroka Lahanis were lucky to hold on after overcoming a late comeback from the competition's cellar dwellers. PRK Gulf is so in round 14 of the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup on Saturday. Lahani started the game on a flyer with 4 unanswered tries for a 22-0 scoreline.
Lahani started strongly, displaying enterprising plays from the opening whistle and crossing the line 4 times. However, they missed a couple of conversions from wideouts, leading to a 22-0 lead at halftime. Dominating territory and possession in the first half, Lahanis looked the more composed side. However, the second half showed a different story. Committing too many unforced errors invited Iso back into the contest. Makeshift fullback Samuel Kombia broke through the Lahanis defensive line and sent reserve winger Brooks to the line for Iso's first try, closing the gap to 6-22. Another costly mistake by Lahanis inside Iso's territory gave Gulf their second try on the right edge, bringing the score to 12-22. The contest continued into an arm wrestle, with Lahanis regaining their composure and scoring a crucial try with about 16 minutes remaining to extend the lead to 26-12. But Iso never gave up, stepping up and scored 2 late tries, narrowly falling short by 2 points. At full time, Lahanis prevailed 26-24. Lahanis coach Michael Moses expressed disappointment at the team's second-half performance, where uncharacteristic errors allowed Iso to capitalize on scoring opportunities. He also admitted that the bench players didn't impact the game as expected, and this is something they need to improve on before their next game.
Yeah, definitely we fell in the second half. There's so much we need to work on. Our bench came off, but they were not firing in the second half. That really had an effect on us.
He also highlighted the complacency against the bottom-placed team that almost cost them the game.
I was expecting such. I told them in the dressing room that boys from Miso, it's their home ground, so yeah, Mosby is like home to them. They're used to the weather and stuff like that, so they'll be coming in very hard in the second half. We've just got to basically control the rack area. The small things that we do up there, we call it Nineveh cycle, it's just controlling the rack and then line speed to complement and stuff like that. Yes, Charlie Booker left us last year, so this year, so we've been training Fitler to become our hooker, and he played really well today. So impressive with him. I think he's got so much to learn, but he's picked up our two halves of Josiah and Justin, their experience, so they've been providing leadership and stability in the back line here. So,
Lahanis will host Lace Next Tigers in Goroka this weekend in round 15, while Issa will face Croton Hella Wigman at the Santos National Football Stadium. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast: Southern. Port Moresby, Daru, Kerema and Alotau mostly clear skies with chilly overnight temperatures. Popondetta partly cloudy. Mumase, all centers partly cloudy skies with few showers expected tonight. Except Lae, cloudy periods with few showers. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau and Kavieng partly cloudy. Kokopo, Rabaul and Buka clear skies with windy conditions. And Highlands region, all centers partly cloudy skies then morning fog expected. Ocean forecast: Coral Sea, seas light to moderate with south to southeast winds at 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Seas, seas moderate to occasionally rough with south to southeast winds at 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 knots at times. Bismarck Sea, seas light to moderate with southeast winds at 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas light over the western sector becoming rough over the eastern sector with east to southerly at 5 to 15 knots over western sector, increasing to 20 to 30 knots over the eastern sector. And coastal waters forecast: waters from Finchefin to Vitias and Dampier Straits to CSC and Long Island, seas 2.5 to 3 meters. Waters of West New Britain, East New Britain and New Ireland seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 3 meters over warning areas at times. And that wraps up the news tonight. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by